All right, so solving a compound linear inequality, and we're going to use interval notation. So we might need to review that a little bit. We are going to start by writing the problem. So solve the compound inequality. That just means, compound just means that we have two of them or there's two parts to it. So we have 3w. W plus 4. I'm going to use a different color for the inequality because my pen's not looking that great today. Is less than or equal to 7. That's the one equation. And then the other inequality that I'm doing is 2w plus 3. Change my inequality to a different color just so that I can see it. Is less than 13. Okay, so then my strategy for doing these is to solve each one the way it is. The one thing that you have to remember with inequalities is if I multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, I do have to switch the inequality around. Otherwise, they work pretty much the same as an equation. So we are going to get the letter all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 4 on this one. And I get 3w. And I have 3. I'm going to keep that inequality there. And I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And I get w is less than or equal to 1. All right, so then the other one, I'm going to add 3, subtract 3 to both sides. And this gives me 2w is less than 10. Divide both sides by 2. And I get w is less than 5. All right, so then I have them. If I'm looking at my answers, they are in order from smallest to largest. So what I do personally is I make a number line. And I can do that with a line. Okay, on my number line, I need to have my smallest number, which is 1, and my largest number, which is 5. 5 has an open circle because it's just a less than. And 1 has a closed circle because it's or equal to. And my w's, if I'm going from the 5, it is going here. And it keeps going, and it actually overtakes this one. So this one is kind of not needed. Because it's overtaken by this one. So this is the one that I need to get in interval notation. So remember, interval notation always starts with the lowest number that's going. So in this case, it's negative infinity. And that always gets the rounded parentheses. And it's going to the other endpoint, which is the 5. And that is an open circle. So that is the rounded. And I'm ignoring the middle one. So we're going to type this in. And we have both of them are parentheses, and I have negative infinity, and I have 5. And I will check my answers. And check. And we are on our way to getting this topic done. So we're going to get another one. And it's another OR problem. So this time we're going to have my pen actually inequalities look pretty good. So we're going to do negative 4u is less than negative 20. Now, if it helps, change the color of the inequality. And then the other one is going to be a 2u minus 6 is less than negative 10. All right, so now or means either one matters. If one overtakes the other one, we do take that. If it's an and, then we're looking for where they overlap. So we do have to take that into consideration. So or we don't care. It could be either one and one can overtake, and they do have to overlap. Okay, so we have solving this, getting this by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 4. And I'm going to change my inequality right away. And I have u is greater than 5. I'm going to add 6 on this one. And I have 2u is greater than -4. Divide both sides by that 2. And I have u is less than -2. All right, so yet again, it's an or, so I can go with either. There's my line. I need them to be in order. So I want my -2 here. I want my 5 here. They both have open circles because neither one is or equal to. And now u is greater than 5. So it's got the bigger part, so it's going here. And then u is less than -2. It's the or. So this means both. One can overtake the other. Okay, so we're gonna have to see if we can get some and things. This one doesn't have one overtaking the other one like our previous example. This one just has the 2 parts, so we're gonna rewrite it. So this shaded part starts at -infinity because we always start at the lowest, which is rounded, and it goes to -2, and that's rounded. There is a gap here, so that gets the u for a gap, and then I have a rounded for the open circle. 5, and it's going to infinity. And that is what I'm going to have to type in here. So I'm going to start with parentheses, the 2 parentheses, and I have -infinity and -2. I'm going to have my u, and then I have my other part, which is the 5, and it goes to infinity. And then we're going to check our answers. And we have at least one more to do. We might do a couple more, just so that I can see the addition, the and ones. All right, so let's look at it. All right, so we have an and. This means that we need it to be both. Oh, wrong one. And means both. And we need overlap. In our graph, when we're looking at it, we're going to look for what is for both answers. So we're going to do the problem just like normal. So we have 4w plus 5 is greater than 29, and 3w plus 6 is less than or equal to 15. All right, so let's solve this. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides here. 4w is greater than 24. Divide by 4. And I have w is greater than 6. And then I'm going to add, subtract 6 here. And I have 3w is less than or equal to 9. Divide both sides by 3. And we have w is less than or equal to 3. All right, so let's see what we have here. And put our numbers. So I want them in order. So I want 3 and I want 6. W is bigger than, so 6 has the open circle, 3 has a closed circle. W is less than 3. W is greater than 6. So this is what, there is no overlap. So this is going to be no solution, which is also called the empty set, which is that the circle with the line through it. So that's what we're going to choose. I am actually not going to save, I'm not going to check this one because I do want to get another example. So we are going to clear this, but we're going to look at the explanation so that we can get another one. So I'm going to clear all drawings. I'm going to go to the explanation. Yes, my answer is going to be lost, but I'm looking for that no solution. So look at the example. The answer that they have is no solution. So I did have it right. And now I'm going to do more practice and I should be able to get another and. It's being nice. So remember that the and is overlap. So I need both. And I need overlap. All right, so we're going to solve them. And I'm going to change colors. So 2w plus 6 is greater than 12. And 4w plus 5 is greater than 29. All right, so we have minus 6. We have 2w is greater than 6. Divide by 2. And we have w is greater than 3. We're going to subtract 5 over here. 4w is greater than 24. Divide by 4. I'm thinking the answer. All right, and we have w is greater than 6. All right, so we're going to make a number line. This is really the way that it works for me the best. So I need to see what I have. So I have 3 and I have 6. I have an open circle and an open circle. So w is greater than 3, goes this way, and it keeps going forever, but we're going to be stopped. And w is greater than 6. So this one goes this way. Now, I'm looking for overlap. So if I'm looking at the 3, it is going all the way here. My overlap is going to be starting at that 6. So I want this part. That's my overlap. So it's going to be rounded brackets because that open circle at 6, it's not counting for this one. It does count for the other one, but remember, it's that I need both. So this is 6 and it goes on till infinity. And I can't use this stuff before that because it's not the overlap. All right, so my answer is going to look like 2 parentheses because it's an open circle and a 6 and an infinity. Save that, and I'm going to check my answer. And we have one more to do because I did look at the directions just so that I could get another one. Clear all drawings, and we will do one more just because this is an or again, so this means both are good. So just as a good reminder, there's my both. So you have 3y minus 6 is greater than negative 12. Negative 2y is greater than negative 4. We're adding 6. My handwriting is getting terrible. 3y is greater than or equal to negative 6. Divide by 3. Y is greater than or equal to negative 2. This one I get to divide by negative 2. Remember, flip the inequality. That's going to go that way. And then y, and this is 2. All right, so we're going to draw our lines. Draw a line. We're going to put our numbers on it. So from smallest to largest, negative 2, 2. 2 gets an open circle. Negative 2 gets a closed circle. Now for the negative 2, y is greater than, so it's going this way. And the 2, y is less than, so it's going this way. Now remember, for or, I want to account for absolutely any part that's going to have shaded. And in this case, it's going to keep going that the y is less than 2 keeps going to negative infinity. The y is greater than negative 2 keeps going to positive infinity. So this is all real numbers. And I think in Alex, it's going to go from negative infinity, because it didn't give me an all real numbers as a choice, to infinity with a comma in it. All right, so I think that is what it's going to take. And we're going to do parentheses, negative infinity to infinity. Check our answers. So say that. Check, and we are done with that topic.